We realize that high school, college, even a first job can seem scary. That's why we created Edukasyon.ph to equip them with tools, connect them to schools, find scholarships, learn online, match their skills to courses and jobs out there. So their future wouldn't be as scary. Edukasyon.ph.
Studying these days ain't easy, but there's no need to worry when we get creative together.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Things may be difficult, but it's easier if we work out our bodies and brains as a team.
Ayun!
1, 2.
Whatever the challenge, we can count on each other for solutions.
Yeah!
Reaching our academic goals isn't rocket science when we collaborate.
Because when we have the right tools and each other, we have the perfect recipe to learn smart.
Whoa! Woohoo! Thanks for the help, guys.
Now, online learning is made easy. With Smart GigaStudy 99, get as much as 7 gigabytes of data for Google for Education, Microsoft 365, and other study apps. Plus, 2 gigabytes for all sites for 7 days.
Oh, guys, good job daw, sabi ni Prof.
Dial *123# or download the GigaLife app and choose GigaStudy now.
We realize that high school, college, even a first job can seem scary. That's why we created Edukasyon.ph to equip them with tools, connect them to schools, find scholarships, learn online, match their skills to courses and jobs out there. So their future wouldn't be as scary. Edukasyon.ph.
Studying these days ain't easy, but there's no need to worry when we get creative together.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Things may be difficult, but it's easier if we work out our bodies and brains as a team.
Ayun!
1, 2.
Whatever the challenge, we can count on each other for solutions.
Yeah!
Reaching our academic goals isn't rocket science when we collaborate.
Because when we have the right tools and each other, we have the perfect recipe to learn smart.
Whoa! Woohoo! Thanks for the help, guys.
Now, online learning is made easy. With Smart GigaStudy 99, get as much as 7 gigabytes of data for Google for Education, Microsoft 365, and other study apps. Plus, 2 gigabytes for all sites for 7 days.
Oh, guys, good job daw, sabi ni Prof.
Dial *123# or download the GigaLife app and choose GigaStudy now.
We realize that high school, college, even a first job can seem scary. That's why we created Edukasyon.ph to equip them with tools, connect them to schools, find scholarships, learn online, match their skills to courses and jobs out there. So their future wouldn't be as scary. Edukasyon.ph.
Studying these days ain't easy, but there's no need to worry when we get creative together.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Things may be difficult, but it's easier if we work out our bodies and brains as a team.
Ayun.
Like, 1, 2.
Whatever the challenge, we can count on each other for solutions.
Yeah.
Reaching our academic goals isn't rocket science when we collaborate.
Because when we have the right tools and each other, we have perfect recipe to learn smart.
Whoa! Woohoo! Thanks for the help, guys.
Now, online learning is made easy. With Smart GigaStudy 99, get as much as 7 gigabytes of data for Google for Education, Microsoft 365, and other study apps. Plus, 2 gigabytes for all sites for 7 days.
Oh, guys, good job daw, sabi ni Prof.
Dial *123# or download the GigaLife app and choose GigaStudy now.
We realize that high school, college, even a first job can seem scary. That's why we created Edukasyon.ph to equip them with tools, connect them to schools, find scholarships, learn online, match their skills to courses and jobs out there. So their future wouldn't be as scary. Edukasyon.ph.
Studying these days ain't easy, but there's no need to worry when we get creative together.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Things may be difficult, but it's easier if we work out our bodies and brains as a team.
Ayun.
Like, 1, 2.
Whatever the challenge, we can count on each other for solutions.
Yeah.
Reaching our academic goals isn't rocket science when we collaborate.
Because when we have the right tools and each other, we have perfect recipe to learn smart.
Whoa! Woohoo! Thanks for the help, guys.
Now, online learning is made easy. With Smart GigaStudy 99, get as much as 7 gigabytes of data for Google for Education, Microsoft 365, and other study apps. Plus, 2 gigabytes for all sites for 7 days.
Oh, guys, good job daw, sabi ni Prof.
Dial *123# or download the GigaLife app and choose GigaStudy now.
Hi classmates! We are about to start in a few minutes. Tune in and chat with us on Smart Sessions today. See you! Hi classmates! We are about to start in a few minutes. Tune in and chat with us on Smart Sessions today. See you!
Studying these days ain't easy, but there's no need to worry when we get creative together.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Things may be difficult, but it's easier if we work out our bodies and brains as a team.
Ayun.
Like, 1, 2.
Whatever the challenge, we can count on each other for solutions.
Yeah.
Reaching our academic goals isn't rocket science when we collaborate.
Because when we have the right tools and each other, we have the perfect recipe to learn smart.
Whoa! Woohoo! Thanks for the help, guys.
Now, online learning is made easy. With Smart Gigastudy 99, get as much as 7 gigabytes of data for Google for Education, Microsoft 365, and other study apps. Plus, 2 gigabytes for all sites for 7 days.
Oh, guys, good job daw, sabi ni Prof.
Dial *123# or download the GigaLife app and choose Gigastudy now.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of #Smart Sessions. This is the second episode, and you're still here with me, Ate Girl Tonie. So, as some of you guys might have seen on Edukasyon.ph and Smart's Facebook pages, they recently launched Smart Sessions last Saturday, in which we got to know our Smart pal, and we also had some student guests over to talk about how online classes are really like. But for this week, we will be talking about navigating and understanding online news and content sharing. So I'm pretty sure that during quarantine, we've all seen movements online such as Black Lives Matter and other social issues that illustrate just how powerful social media can be and how much of a positive change it can make. And also on the flip side, how it can be a negative aspect to other people's lives. So now that everyone is looking at their smartphones and other smart gadgets, it's important for us to dive deep and discuss the ethics of posting news online and how we can fight disinformation. So for this one, we actually invited some very special guests over. We have Miss Jennie Arado, columnist and host of Sunstar Davao. There she is. Hello, Miss Jennie. Also, we have Miss Angel Veridiano, student and content creator. Yes, very fresh. Hi, Angel. And we also have, last but definitely not the least, Miss Quinio, student and rookie radio DJ. Hi, everyone. So we have a powerhouse for our webinar for today. So before we get started, bago ko kayo daldalin lahat, kikilalanin ko muna kayo. And I guess it's important na kilala nyo rin ako. I am Ate Girl Tonie of Smart Sessions. I'm currently 23 years old. I'm a law student and a host and a reporter. And yeah, of course, let's get to know the people in this webinar one by one. So Miss Jennie, tell us about yourself and the work that you do for Sunstar Davao.
Okay, thank you, Tony. I'm Jennie Arado. I'm currently the Sunstar lifestyle columnist. I've been with Sunstar for 4 years now, and currently, aside from editing and writing stories for lifestyle pages, I also have a column. It's 20 something. I write about the adulting struggles of people in their 20s, basically. So I write stories on um struggles on going to the grocery, solo living, moving out of your parents, etc., etc. So we'll get to know more later.
Yeah, we're really interested to hear about it, especially your experience with Sunstar Davao and your own column 20-something. We'll ask more about that later. But for now, Miss Angel Veridiano, tell us about yourself and what life is like being a student and content creator.
Hi, I'm Angel Veridiano. You can call me Angel. I'm currently a freshman college student as well as a video content creator. I usually make videos about art and about fashion and a little bit of women empowerment. I also directed Bronze, Silver, Gold, and Anting. It is the Jury Prize winning student short film in the Metro Manila Film Festival last 2019.
Wow, we have some very accomplished women in this Smart Sessions episode 2, and I'm super excited to hear more from you guys later on. But for now, let's get to know Miss Quinio. She is a student and rookie radio DJ. Tell us more about yourself, Callie.
Hi guys, and hello to everyone watching. Thank you for having me. I am so excited to be here right now. What's up? I'm Quinio. I am a 18-year-old frosh now studying in Benil, taking up diplomacy in international affairs. So, hello to everyone in DIA. I've been a professional events host for about over a year now, being able to host events such as Mary Kay Philippines and Anthology Talks Festival in Intramuras. And yes, I am a rookie radio DJ at 99.5 Play FM, freelance model with FMC, and podcaster.
All
Hello.
right, Callie, I'm sure a lot of our viewers at home might recognize your voice since you are a rookie radio DJ as well. So now that we got to know what you guys do, what you guys love to do, let's get to know a bit more about how you guys handle online news and stuff like that. We're gonna play a little game, and it's super simple. Ang props lang na kailangan natin are your thumbs. So, got that? All you have to do is, if you agree with the statement that I say, you have to thumbs up if you agree, and thumbs down if you disagree. All right?
Okay.
Copy. Very easy. Okay. I get quality news online. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
All right. So I guess we'll go deeper into this, how you guys get quality news online later on. But for the next one, ito, I'm sure as content creators, as well as Miss Jennie putting out content as well as in her columns, this one is a bit of a tough question. So we have to have honesty and integrity with this one. Okay. I respond to bashers and hate comments. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Disagree? Disagree? Angel, si medyo agree. Minsan may patola moments ka, right? Ganun.
Yes.
You just gotta answer back.
Yeah.
You mentioned nga yesterday, you gotta sometimes give them what they need to hear.
Yeah.
Give them a chance to defend their position. All right, the third one is, of course, I'm really interested with Jennie's answer for this one. Proofreading is key. Agree or disagree? Agree? All
Very
right.
much agree.
As a columnist nga naman, you always have to go through editing your own articles, and as well as our content creators, I'm sure na before you guys tweet something or caption something, you guys go over na tama ba? Does this sound right? Like sometimes it doesn't sound right. So for the next one, it's going to be visual materials are more informative than written articles. Agree or disagree? Semi-agree. Would you like to explain that, Miss Jennie? Why semi-agree?
I think that visual materials are properly curated, which is where the details are more important, highlighted, but not necessarily that all the information are already there. So the visual materials will give you a summary per se, and then you need to read the entire thing for you to get the full grasp of the entire issue, for example.
Right. You always have to know the context. And related to that one, agree or disagree? I share news without reading the entire article. Agree or disagree? Honesty, guys. Honesty.
Sometimes I do.
To
I'm
be
so
honest,
sorry.
Ayan, if Jennie does it, it's okay. Hindi naman sa it's okay. Medyo forgive you, mistake natin yan. But again, going back to what Jennie said, that you always have to know the context behind those visual images or yung headline lang, because sometimes it might be taken out of proportion. Lastly, I usually compare different news sources before sharing it. Agree or disagree? Do you
When I
guys
have
look
the
for
time.
others? Yeah. So when you have the time, oo nga naman eh. That's why sometimes if we feel like we're busy, we fall prey to just sharing it or believing just by the headline, which is not something that we should do all the time. So thank you guys so much for that. From there pala, I'm sure our audience viewers got to feel a little bit kung ano bang position nyo when it comes to disinformation and how we can share news online. So to know more about how news circulates, we invited our very special guest journalist right here on screen for us to know more what it's like to deliver news. So again, we'll see you later, Angel and Callie. Let's go one-on-one first with our beautiful guest journalist. So medyo magpapa-Q&A tayo dito. Ready ka na ba, Jennie?
Yes,
Ano
go.
ka na ba? Ayan. Okay. The first question, which I'm really interested about, is what inspired you to become a journalist? Was it your childhood dream? Parents mo ba journalists? Or may napanood ka bang documentary? So what was like that trigger moment for you?
Okay, so unlike the current journalists, mga very well-known journalists that we have in the country, in different communities that really took up journalism or mass communication. I did not take those kinds of courses in college. My undergraduate course was creative writing, so not necessarily connected with journalism. It wasn't my childhood dream to be a journalist. It happened eventually when I was growing up. My first two jobs was not related to writing, to creative writing, none at all. And then one day I just woke up and decided that I should practice what I learned in the 4 years in college and find a writing job or find a writing career, pursue my passion. Parang cliche siya pakinggan, but that's exactly what I did. And now that I'm a journalist, I'm really glad that I did push through because it's really worth it to write stories of people, to write stories of the community, and you're really inspired of how they face the challenges that you would never imagine them doing.
Yeah.
Yon.
So, I heard that creative writing pala ang major mo kasi yun yung akala ko dati kailangan journalism grad ka or something bago ka maging journalist. Pero I heard that you're a creative writing major as you mentioned nga. Do you think that came into your advantage na parang syempre creative writing, it requires imagination. Do you think that that came into your advantage as a columnist in Sunstar Davao?
I did not really start kasi as an editor or as a columnist in Sunstar. I was actually a business reporter. I started as a
Mhm.
business reporter. So the creative writing degree didn't come as handy pa noong una. Eventually na yon, but what's important siguro is how the writing training that I got in college was really helpful. So going back, I think the journalism degree in college will be a really big help because your professors will really train you towards the journalism path, but it's not really a requirement. What I can notice from the journalism here in the Philippines.
All right. So also you mentioned that you are a columnist for Sunstar Davao, and I'm sure that for such a big publication like that, syempre meron kayo mga tight deadlines or sometimes it can get strict. So how do you manage the stress of tight deadlines? How do you cope with it?
Oo nga, usually that's what's being asked of us na
Mhm.
sure ka mag-journalist ka, you publish or you write 3 articles per day. Imagine
Per
that's per day.
day.
Yes. So, as I've mentioned kanina, I started as a business reporter. So, the business page usually is being edited earlier than the rest of the stories or the rest of the news. So, by 2:30 p.m., if I remember correctly, all my 3 business stories should be in already. So what I do, just so maabutan ko yung deadline, I make sure that I'm already knowledgeable somehow of the issue at hand that I am writing about. So, hindi na uubos yung oras ko sa pag-familiarize sa issue. The hours that's remaining will be used sa writing na lang mismo, but not on research pa, background
Mhm.
checking. At least content na lang yon para yung the time that you're given is really for writing na lang. Kasi doon talaga yung mauubos pagka nagre-research ka pa. Pag wala kang ka-idea about the issue.
Oh, so bale pagpasok mo sa before you write something, meron ka na kumbaga backbone no, for your article.
Mm.
Now, for the next one, syempre mabilisan, paspasan ng pagpapasa niyo ng article. 3 articles kailangan nalabas na agad. How do you ensure that your work is smart, accurate, and factual?
Mm. It really helps that along the way, as a reporter or as a writer, along the way you form a good relationship with your sources or the people that you interview with. So, for example, there's an issue at hand that you want to discuss,
Mhm.
and then medyo nagdadalawang isip ka kung sino ang dapat in authority to interview. It's important that you hold a good relationship with your sources para at least pag may pumutok na balita, madali mo silang matawagan, ma-text. And I think also it's important na pag may isang issue, hindi lang side ng isa, at least you have 2 or more sources just so it can be accurate. Kasi pag isang source lang, parang baka hearsay lang yon
Mhm.
or medyo hindi pa ganun ka-balance. So, I think, again, I'm just reiterating, dapat talaga maganda yung relationship with your sources.
Mhm.
Yun.
So always know your sources, always have your finger on the pulse, and of course have multiple sources so your pieces or your columns don't come off as being biased, no? So the last one, oh, if we have any viewers who are watching this right now through our Facebook streams, who kung meron kayong friend or kung kayo mismo you want to become a journalist in the future, tag them below in the comments para manood na rin sila, because this question, I'm sure marami silang pupulot dito. So what are the common misconceptions of being a journalist? Kasi ako personally, akala ko pag journalist, kailangan perfect grammar. Dapat, di ba parang meron pang inverted triangle of news pa, ganon. Like, it's super strict in my opinion, and I didn't graduate with a journalism degree. So, are those misconceptions, or do you know of any more misconceptions about being a journalist?
Yes, Tony, yun talaga yung parang number one siguro na misconception, especially when you're dealing with print journalism na dapat perfect talaga yung writing skills mo, ganyan. Although it is needed, eventually kasi mame-mentor ka naman. So okay lang as long as you're interested in the field, interested ka sa craft to learn, no problem with that. I've also mentioned kanina, hindi naman super duper requirement na journalism graduate ka or mass communication graduate ka. As I've said, creative writing nga ako. Hindi siya requirement. Another misconception din siguro sa mga journalists is that they know everything. If you have friends na journalist siguro, we can't expect them to know the details kaagad-agad pagputok ng balita. Sometimes ako as a joke siguro tinatanong ng friends, "Uy, anong update nito?" or "Anong nangyari dito?" At sasabihin ko, hindi ko pa alam, nagkukuha pa kami ng data or something." So, maybe we have to understand also that journalists are also human being kahit na, of course, it's their job, pero the process of verification and data analysis is still a process. Yan.
All right. So you mentioned something about na hindi mo naman talaga kailangan technically to have the degree of journalism, of course, but syempre you would recommend having workshops or certificates and stuff like that, right? But also you mentioned something really important that I'm sure a lot of people watching this right now would relate to, is that you always need a mentor and that you learn from your mentors along the way, right? So, for that one, we actually have for Smart Sessions, Smart Pal, in which viewers right now can put in their questions, may it be career-related, kung gusto man nila mag-journalism in the future, they can get guidance and advice from that. So thank you so much, Jennie, for sharing your experience with us. I'm sure that our viewers learned a lot. Now let's move on to talk about the new age of content, social media. So we'll talk to you later, Miss Jennie. We're gonna call on our guests, Angel and Callie, to share with us what it's like to be a content creator. So, hi, Angel and Callie. Hi, Angel and Callie. Nakikibagets ako. Alright. Let's get down into this. So, what made you want to become an influencer? Angel first.
I guess I've always had interest when it comes to like the video making process. Ever since I was a kid, I would love like actually taking videos, and it would be annoying to some people, but I would take so much videos, and I didn't even know what the concept of YouTube or vlogging was. And I took that with me when I grew up, and now I have like this weird like need to always be doing something. Like there's like an anxiety that, oh, I'm not doing enough, and all this hustle culture, which obviously isn't something that you need to like submit to. But pero yun nga, parang I want to use then yung privilege ko na I have all this equipment and all this stuff. Maybe I can just do a little something on the side about. And ayun nga, to add to representation then, na parang, syempre when I was a kid na I just watched High School Musical and all that stuff, and there's not really a lot of Asians there or a lot of like Filipino. I mean, actually there's a Filipino there, but anyway, I guess even though I'm not like the most accurate, kasi nga I'm light skinned, but I want to contribute to taking up space in the internet. I feel like that's such a meaningful thing to have, and people underestimate the power of having people to represent you, as well as to be able to talk about things that I find that is meaningful to me. I feel like it's such a powerful thing. And ayun, that's why it led to this.
And I'm sure a lot of you, your viewers, I think you actually mentioned this in your Instagram story, so they might be watching. So hello to you guys, and I'm sure you influence other people to create as well, and to create for something with meaning, which is I think what you're striving for. So what about you, Kali? Why did you want to become an influencer?
Well, I guess being in the entertainment industry, I would like to say that becoming an influencer was kind of more of a result in my career path rather than like a aspiration, honestly. But nevertheless, I love the opportunity to connect to people, and when I get to hear that what I do and what I share inspires them one way or another, it's very, very humbling, and in return, it inspires me to be better in what I do and work more on my craft. So it's kind of like fuel for me, and hearing that I'm also like inspiring them too. It's like a interesting relationship, yeah. With my
That's
audience.
really cute. I really like how what you guys both said. Now, it wasn't really your end goal to become an influencer. It was mostly an end result of the things you were trying to put out content. I'm sure Angel is actually making videos, vlogs. She actually won an award. And ikaw naman, Kali, even launched your own podcast. So this is really interesting. And I'm sure that you're being a positive influence to your viewers and audience. But for the next one, how do you ensure that your content connects with your audience? So I'm sure syempre, I'm sure that your audience viewers aren't just limited to one age. Kahit sabihin natin mga teenage people lang nanonood sa inyo, meron pa din dyang younger audience, meron pang older audience. So how do you make sure that you will be able to cater to their interests as well? How about you, Angel?
Definitely, I have to put a lot of research into things, and I have to take advantage of all the resources that are available. Syempre, it's a lot easier now because it's like age of information, and it's so easy to check what's trending, what people want to see. Like if you want to start being a YouTuber, you can literally just look up like popular videos that you can do that will probably get views. And ayun nga, I recognize na sometimes you have to sacrifice like the things that you are truly interested in. Like before, I remember like I'm gonna make a YouTube channel, but I'm not gonna do hauls. I'm not gonna do like fashion ideas. That's so basic. Pero yung ending, yun na rin yung ginagawa ko ngayon. Kasi I recognize na parang you need to serve other people before you serve yourself. Because if you start out like literally nobody cares about you yet, so you have to really cater to what people really want.
Yeah, you have to reel them in first, and then once they're hooked, that's when you start serving them the content you want to make them. But you're not sure they will like. But I'm sure that with your huge following, they like what you're putting out, and with your awards, good job, Angel. But about you, Kali, how do you ensure that your content, like for your podcast, how do you make sure that that connects with your audience?
Well, when creating content for my podcast and basically creating content on social media, I've learned that one must really be educated on their audience demographic. So for those out there who are also content creators, maybe this might help or give a tip or two. So what I mean by audience demographic is knowing your audience's age range. So with your topics on the content that you want to post out, how old or what's the rough estimate on what age range they'll be? Knowing also their likes, their dislikes, where they're from. You know, these really small, minute details are really important also, and doing your research also, and also staying updated with the latest trends and news updates. So yes, those are ways that one can also help more with creating content, and also giving a rough idea on what type of topics to put out. Yeah.
All right. So the way you talk about putting out content, it really sounds like a science na almost din. Parang ang haba-haba ng process before you actually put out content. Ang haba ng pinag-isipan, ang haba ng preparation nyo. That's why exactly. Parang mga hypothesis ka pa na this will work before you actually try it out. But that's why if there's anyone out there watching who thinks that posting vlogs, posting photos on Instagram, putting out your own podcast is just like a 1, 2, 3 step method. It's not just magpo-post ka lang. That's why I have so much respect for content creators, because you guys are using your own platforms. You guys are using your own facilities, bahay niyan, internet niyan, and you're putting out good content online. So for the next one, has your content ever received negative attention? What caused it, and what do you do differently now, Angel?
Yes, it definitely has reached like some negative people out there, and I think it's very unavoidable for that to happen. Because I just try to remember that no one has it all figured out. Like there is an infinite amount of information for you to learn, and you have to forgive yourself for not being able to know all of that information. And for me, if you feel like I know you actually did something wrong, TBH the strongest barrier that you really have between engaging or like changing people's mind is your pride. And it's hard to admit that you're wrong sometimes, pero yun nga, sometimes I think about na you have to evaluate muna na there's a difference between like internet trolls and people who are actually giving you constructive criticism. So if it's constructive criticism, yun yung mga parang, syempre, I'm gonna try to communicate with them, and I don't try to stop myself from educating myself kasi it's so, there's always something new for you to learn every day. So yun, and syempre apologize if yun nga, baka mamaya may mali ka naman talagang ginawa. Like, wag mo nang
Kind of
stand for
defensive,
that.
ganun. Yeah. Actually, I think something that you said would be very beneficial for any other content creators, aspiring content creators who are watching right now. Because I think the fear of failure might be holding them back. The fear of being bashed might be holding them back. But something to realize and something to pick up from what Angel said is that it's inevitable that people won't like you. It's inevitable that there are gonna be some people who won't like your content. But if you have good intentions, if you know that you didn't do anything wrong, and if you know that those bad comments aren't really of value, they don't offer any constructive criticism, I think the best thing to do is just keep going for it, just keep improving, and take what you can from the negative comments na constructive, and keep improving. But for you, Callie, what do you think of our current generation's social media activities? What would you change, if ever?
Ooh, well, I know that there are always two sides of the coin for this answer. Some people prefer traditional, some people prefer online. However, for me, since it's the pandemic and Corona, social media has been able to connect our friends and our loved ones who cannot be physically with us at the moment. And it's enabled us to work and study and communicate and still go on with our lives even in the new normal. And I can't imagine how my life would have been in quarantine without social media. Like I feel like I'd go crazy because social media allows us to stay connected with our loved ones.
Yeah.
However, so much people have I'm aware that so much people have lost their jobs during this pandemic. My industry as well, the entertainment industry, have been greatly affected by this. You know, not being able to hold live events, diba? Not being able to be on set, not being able to have a full crew on because of social distancing, and so on. So for me, it would be great to further normalize more online events like this, because I like live concerts too, mga webinars and whatnot. Especially because it can create so much more job opportunities for a lot more people.
All right. Parang ano tayo, conquer, adapt, survive.
Yes.
As we always, we have to adapt with what we're given right now, which is why we're super thankful of the current connections that we still do have fostered through online activities. So while we can say that taking over social media and becoming a digital influencer is definitely not an easy route, like what we said nga, it's not just post lang. A lot of thought goes into it. You have to know your audience and be smart about your content to make it more engaging and informative as well. So finding the most credible sources of news and sorting out the best channels to listen to is not always easy. So good thing we can hashtag Learn Smart this school year with Smart Giga Study, where you can get up to 2 gigabytes for all sites and apps for 7 days. With this much data, you definitely won't miss any news or updates. So classmates, be sure to choose Giga Study 99 today. So welcome back, Jennie. Hi, Jennie. All right, we have Callie, Angel, and Jennie back on screen. So welcome back, everyone. We are going to talk about how we can manage news online. Kasi syempre, with almost everything being online, we have so many sources. We have so many news sites, so many credible sources sometimes that it's kind of hard to focus on just one thing. So we're going to talk about how everyone is on their phones during quarantine. So do you guys have any tips on what you can share to online users as to how they can digest the news they see online? So let's go to Angel first.
Definitely there you have to verify the authenticity of the news. Like actually go the extra mile talaga to make the effort to be knowledgeable about the issues that you're concerned about. Because right now there's like so much fake news that's going on, and then sometimes they would make like actual fake websites, and kapag blog post lang yan, syempre it's not a reliable source for news. And at the same time, you shouldn't for example, you can't just like scroll through whatever the news is and then say na, oh, that's it, that's the truth, I'm just gonna go with that. And syempre for me, because in my videos I sometimes talk about like some issues, and I would get like DMs about like, hey, what's your opinion on these issues? And sa akin lang naman, it's okay, like you can consider other people's opinions on issues, but you should never ever rely on other people for your perspective, for your morals, for your views. Kasi it's good to consider them, but you have to learn how to shape your own views. And at the same time, yun nga, if you're dealing with people online, if you're trying to engage in news, acknowledge your own privilege din. Kasi yun nga, there are people who have fights that you don't know they're fighting, diba?
Yeah.
So, kailangan alam natin kung wag tayong maging hindi we have to be empathetic towards other people, and to always follow the basic etiquette when it comes to engaging with people online.
Yeah, like what you mentioned nga, that there is some privilege to us now. We have the time, we have the resources to double check our sources, but some other people, they don't have the time. What they first see is what they speak as Bible truth already, which is, for our part, this is why we have to be more responsible and sharing na, okay, maybe the people who follow me, maybe the people I'm friends with, they don't have the time to double check. So I have to make sure on my part that what I post is credible and what I post is actually true. But Miss Jenny, do you have any tips as to how they can digest the news they see online?
Yes, actually, personally, I'm also very guilty of being on my phone all the time during the course of the quarantine. But maybe one tip that I can give is don't believe anything that you see on social media. It's easy. It's very easy to edit infographics. It's very easy to edit almost anything right now. So it doesn't mean that it's on the internet, it is true. So as Angel said, you go the extra mile to really verify it. We almost all of us have so many time on our hands. So especially in a quarantine. So maybe it wouldn't hurt to check to verify. And if possible, don't share it if you're not yet sure if it's factual, because you're only adding up to the disinformation. Maybe i-defend mo siya na wala naman akong caption, wala naman akong sinabi. I didn't say that it is wrong or it is right. I didn't claim. But the mere fact of sharing it is actually adding fuel to the fire. So if you're not sure yet, just scroll up na lang, daanan mo na lang, or better report it if it's too much damage naman. Be
Yeah,
responsible.
definitely. Yeah, because you sometimes don't know how people will react to things. You don't know how they will receive things. So for you, isipin mo siguro, i-share mo siya na, di naman ako sure, I'm just sharing it. Pero for some people, they might see na, oh, shinare nito. It might be true. It must be true kasi shinare nito. This is why we always have to be responsible with what we post and what we share. But for you, Callie, with news coming in and out from different social media platforms, do you have any tips on how we can avoid information overload and as well as disinformation?
Well, so what everyone else said, I'd really recommend doing your research before sharing or believing facts that you see on the internet, even though they seem legit and like good news, and probably you wish this could be true. For me, especially seeing the hashtag walang pasok or hearing that your favorite fast food chain is giving a giant discount, diba? It's so easy for your emotions to get the best of you. So it's really important to think before you click. Double check on your on sources. Check on notable websites to see if it's true or not. And yeah, always do your research.
All right. Always do your research nga naman. And I can relate. I'm sure there are a lot of students watching right now. Di ba parang pag umuulan lang ng konti, may mag-share na nung walang pasok post, pero makikita mo it was from 2017, 2016 pa pala. So you always have to check the dates as well. So what about you, Miss Jenny? Do you have any tips on how we can avoid disinformation and information overload as well?
So with our generation, Gen Z and Millennial, although it is really important for us to be woke, to be knowledgeable of the current issue, I guess it is much more important to take care of our mental health. So even if you have this certain urge to be knowledgeable of all the issue, to have a stand on certain issues, it is also important that you pick your battles. You just know which issue you should allot your energy. It's not necessarily true that this issue is affecting your community or affecting the entire Philippines. Dapat talaga mag-comment ka, dapat talaga may stand ka, dapat may status ka sa Facebook about it. It doesn't necessarily mean na ganon. You just have to pick which news you will be involved in, or that you will react to online. Kasi hindi naman ibig sabihin na hindi ka nag-status about it or hindi ka nag-share ng video or content about it, you don't have a stand. Minsan kasi we have this misconception na we have a stand on certain issue only because we posted something about it. Minsan kahit hindi naman kailangan on social media, we still have a stand on it. Yun lang, wag natin i-blur or i-erase yung line between our true life and social media na life. Kasi yun nga, ma-overload talaga tayo. Know which battles to fight na lang.
All right. Know which battles to fight talaga. And I really like what you said, Jenny, na even if you're not posting about it, doesn't mean you don't have a stance. Like, of course, there are some issues that you should have a stance on. Pero for some stuff, like for some social issues, just because you don't post about it doesn't mean you're not aware that you don't have a stand. Of course, if other people ask you or if you hear people spreading this information, that's when you can share your stance. But sometimes, if you have that sort of burden or of responsibility on yourself na kailangan may sabihin ako about this issue, you will get fatigued, and of course people will start looking to you as the sort of prophet of advocacies and social issues, which will be tiring for you. So I guess we also have some live questions from our viewers. So hello everyone. We have from Sandra Dela Cruz. So as an online user, what is the most important social media ethics that we should always keep in mind? So let's start with Angel.
Yun nga, I think one of the most important things, I feel like every time before I engage with anything, there's like a tiny voice in my head telling me to just pick your battles, that you don't have to engage in every single issue you have. Because especially if you don't have like that much of a huge like knowledge about that specific topic, you have to make sure that you actually know what you're talking about. You don't have to be a complete expert in it. Pero yun nga, provide yourself the background. Kasi yun nga, kapag if you don't know what you're talking about, ikaw rin yung mapapahiya, diba?
Yeah.
Saka, at the same time, before you ever go to social media, you have to make sure you're grounded. Kasi social media can be such a toxic place.
Yes.
Especially, kunyari, sa Twitter. Like, Twitter is full of issues, diba?
Yeah.
So, you can go to alternative apps na parang if Twitter is full of issues, you can go to Pinterest, and Pinterest is
Mag-other things ka muna.
yeah, TikTok ka na lang muna, just dance it out.
Panoorin mo muna yung vlogs ni Angel, ganun. Find your inner peace first. So when it gets super overwhelming, because especially with everything that's happening right now, it can get overwhelming at times. So of course, give yourself some space. It's okay if you're not aware all the time, if you're not on all the time. Give yourself the time to relax and to properly digest what you already know. But Miss Jenny, any tips or what is the most important social media ethic that we should always keep in mind?
Maybe there's so many ethics out there, and I would like to pick the most important that I've been practicing. Maybe make sure that what you share or what you click is really verified. We've been saying this again and again, but there's no better way to emphasize that. Make sure that the news, the article, or the photo that you share is factual, verified, because if not, you're just adding to the chaos of the already chaotic social media world.
All
Kumbaga.
right, follow-up question with that, Jenny. Like, how would we know ba? Like, what are the identifiers when it comes to the authenticity of news sources? Like, what's the thing that we should look for always?
Okay, so as you mentioned kanina, yung mga may sinabi na walang pasok tapos 2017 pa
Yeah.
pala yung article. Number one, you check when was it published. Number two, pagka medyo ano ka naman, medyo visual ka naman na person, makikita mo naman if the infographic was edited. Minsan kasi, for example, sa amin sa Sunstar, nangyayari yan na yung mga infographic namin na-edit to be a meme, tapos nandun yung logo namin. So if you're not a very cautious ka na social media user, nakikita mo na ay may logo ng Sunstar, so siguro sinabi ito ni ganito na personality. So although nagdi-disclaimer kami na fake news yun siya, not all the time magagawa namin kagad. So maybe yun yung i-check nyo second. Is it edited? Sinabi ba talaga ito ng Sunstar or pinost ba talaga ito ng Sunstar? Number three, siguro, you also have to make sure na yung link, kunwari, alam naman natin yung mga media outlets dito in the Philippines, yung medyo mas known and yung mga, ano na yung established na yung reputation. So, yung mga ganon, doon na lang muna tayo mag-share, yun na lang muna yung ating asahan for now. Kasi yung mga nagbo-blossom na yun ng mga websites na hindi pa natin sure, especially yung konti pa lang yung following, medyo tagilid pa minsan if they're really factual. So I would suggest yung mga talagang established, yung talagang may reputation na talaga to be really authentic para hindi tayo mapahiya sa ating mga friends na fake pala. Yun.
Always look for other sites or sources that corroborate what you've already read. Kasi baka sila lang naman yung nag-post nun, and that doesn't really speak much about its authenticity, right? So what about you, confidently, Callie? What's the most important social media ethics that we should always keep in mind?
I think you guys already basically ironed it all out. But if I were to add something, and I agree to what each and every one of you said, it's also about respect. And I think sometimes that's hard to uphold in social media. Sometimes because it's just on your phone and it's so easy to get carried away with what you're typing and get carried away with emotions that it's so different typing what you say and saying it directly to the person. So really respecting one another, respecting each other's paradigm. So if paradigm word for the day, it means basically one's perspective on different views, because everyone grew up differently. Everyone's paradigms are based on their experiences, their collective experiences growing up. So I think that's one way to practice empathy. So syempre, like for me, when sometimes people don't agree with my content or don't really agree with my perspectives on the podcast, syempre, it's okay lang because no one's perfect. Not everyone, as a content creator, you have to understand that not everyone may like what you post and what you say. And that's okay because that's just life. But as long as you're sensitive and you're empathetic and you do your research, then you're pretty much okay na. So,
I actually really like what you said, that you always have to remember that there are actual people na inaaway mo online if you are trying to fight somebody about something. Oo, hindi naman yan lahat. Hindi naman yan lahat robots lang online. You always have to remember that the people behind the screen has feelings also. Diba? Parang if you're trying to teach someone something, if you're trying to get your point across, if you're trying to steer them to the right path, the best way to do it is with empathy. Try to explain it in a compassionate manner. Na hindi yung i-berate mo lang siya, papagalitan mo lang siya. You always try to communicate it in an empathetic way. Try to understand them. And I think that's the best way to inform others and get your point across as well. So for our next question from one of our live viewers, we have another one, I believe. Okay. So also while we're booting that up, we have for Miss Tara from Miss Tara Samson, how to have a break from social media if it's your way of connecting with family and friends. Oh my gosh. This is like, di ba parang gusto natin, oh, I need to social media detox. Pero pag social media detox, ano, magkakausapin mo yung sarili mo. Like, you can't go out to the park, you can't go to the mall by yourself, you can't have me time because all you have is me time anyway. So let's start with you first, Angel. How do you have a break from social media if it's your only way of connecting with others?
I'm just gonna reiterate. Now you can always try to use other like alternative apps if you really can't get off the internet. And yun nga kasi people think na if you're gonna have a social media detox, it's gonna have to last for like a month or something. Like it doesn't have to be that intense. Kasi syempre you can't isolate yourself for that long. And ako, what I just do, like what I've been practicing recently, is just get off, like your mornings should just be phone free. Like don't pick up your phone first thing in the morning. Just have time to for yourself, kasi like the first thing that you see in the morning, that's what's gonna prime the rest of your day. So if you want to like have a social media break, it doesn't have to be an intense rehabilitation of your social media.
Isolation center ka isa.
You can definitely still connect with people. So,
That's a really good tip. Kasi ako talaga, once I wake up, the first thing I do is check my shopping apps. If meron na ba ako for delivery today, may nag-text ba sa akin na magda-deliver today? And I guess what I can do moving forward is bangon muna ako, maybe have breakfast first without my phone or brush my teeth first. So keep off my phone. So thank you for that, Angel. But what about you, Callie?
For me, kasi I tried doing a social media detox before. I live alone. So, oh my God, parang it's like, oh, I'm so lonely here. It's so sad. I miss everyone. So, I mean, this applies just maybe not for me, but for other people too. It's not really about completely cutting off your phone from your life, but it's just more of having a healthy social media diet. What's that term? Healthy mental diet. So by doing so, you kind of remove the mental noise that kind of distracts you within the day. So like what Angel said, picking up your phone in the morning and seeing like bad news can easily just ruin your whole day ahead. So for me, what I did was filtering what type of content I want on my social media. Because I don't know if you guys know parang I heard that there's a algorithm on how the social media seen. So it depends on what you like, what you don't like, and then that's what they recommend. So I tried doing that. So what I did was I followed more accounts that inspired me, that made me feel, like confident. I looked for
confidently Callie.
Yes, and I looked for pages that helped me with my career. I followed people that I aspired to be. So I did my research, like, oh, this is the career I want. Who are the people that are leading in this career? Oh, sige, let me follow them. Para I have models to follow. Parang ganun. So from that, I was able to gain a lot more inner peace and a lot more focus on what I need to do.
All right, so you really have to curate your surroundings, even if it's just your online surroundings, and surround yourself with good influences, positive influences.
Yes.
But then again, Miss Jennie, how can we have a break from social media if it's your way of connecting with family and friends?
Okay, so of course, lahat naman tayo, diba, we haven't seen most of our friends or all of our friends for months na. So it's very understandable. Pero they don't require family, friends, they don't require us to be connected with us 24/7 naman. So I'm not sure if this is applicable to all the smartphones, pero there is a setting that you can enable na you only have a specific number of hours that you're going to use your phone or the apps in your phone. So pagka nakakota ka na doon, nag-gray na yung phone mo or hindi mo na ma-open yung specific na app na yon. So maybe you want to check that in your phones kung meron ganun na setting, kasi yung phone ko meron ganun. Sometimes I use it, sometimes matigas yung ulo ko so hindi ko ginagamit. Pero I think it's a very good tool to help us na control our his use na minsan ng social media. So you can actually personalize it if gusto mo in the entire day 6 hours lang yung Facebook mo or 6 hours lang yung Instagram mo. So you can actually do that.
Yeah.
And I also think na it's important because hindi naman pwede, like what they said kanina, hindi naman pwede na mag-detox ako ng isang buong buwan. Hindi naman pwede yun. Just cut the number of hours that you use social media in one day. Tapos from there, you can see yourself naman na may changes na pala.
Yeah.
Yun.
Sobrang helpful ng do not disturb option sometimes, ano? Kasi, especially no start ng quarantine, because I never really used it before, pero like halfway through quarantine, na-realize ko na it really helps me sleep through the night. Kasi have you guys ever experienced na magigising kayo with the notification or someone calling you or something, right? So,
Yeah.
so much for that, Jennie, Angel, and Callie. So, for my last question, as an online user, when is a smart time to share and voice out opinions regarding social issues? So this is kind of connected with what we talked about earlier, right? So let's start with you, Angel.
I think as long as your intentions are gonna be genuine, you can always talk about, issues that you're passionate about, especially if you feel like you're really making a change and you're defending people who are probably oppressed, ganon. You shouldn't try to, kasi I feel like, yun nga, sinabi namin na make sure you're knowledgeable. It can be like a hinder na, baka kasi I'm not smart enough to talk about this, ganon. Pero, you can talk about whatever you want as long as you have a little bit of prior knowledge. Like, you don't have to be 100% sure about everything because yun nga, nobody has everything all figured out. But basta you know that the way you're communicating things, the way you're saying things comes from a good place. And you're not trying to out-troll trolls. Like, you're also engaging with them, I guess, kind of like maturely. Like, it comes from a place of actual care. Because once you start like engaging with people, it doesn't stop. They're gonna reply, and it's gonna be like a long thread, and it's really, really bad. So
Yeah.
as well as pick your battles. Know that try to do the extra mile to be knowledgeable about the topics. So,
Just make sure that you're knowledgeable and come from a good place nga naman talaga. But what about you, Kali? When is the smart time for you?
Well, for me, I don't think there's really a perfect time or open window for one to share their opinions regarding topics you genuinely believe in or genuinely stand in. Especially as a content creator, there are topics such as cancel culture and other possible struggles that people may be experiencing that you are too. And I've learned how the power of communication and social media and vulnerability on social media allow people to develop a sense of community and oneness to make people know that they aren't alone in what they're going through. But like as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. We may have the freedom to post whatever we want. Exactly. Share whatever we want. But it's important to use critical thinking and proper research in what you share and what you say. Because behind that screen is a human being too.
Yes, Miss Universe answers. Ganun yun. Yan yung content ng podcast ng Confidently Cat. But now let's move to Miss Jennie. So Miss Jennie, when is the smart time for you?
Maybe it is perfect time already if you have the sides of both stories, side of both parties, so that you don't get too emotional in sharing your views and sharing your opinions, because of course all of us have a specific naman na stand on a certain issue. We are either against or we are either pro, pero we have to learn the side of the other party before we draft the status on Facebook, before we draft our content, the script of the content that we are going to make, just to balance things out. Kasi yun nga, as I've said, social media can be very, very emotional. Social media can be a very cruel place. So don't add to that na.
All right. So
Yun.
I think, thank you, Miss Jennie. I think for me naman, the smartest time to share your opinions regarding issues is when you're well informed, when you're not coming from a place of emotion, or when you're not just fueled by anger, when you actually want to help other people understand the issue. I think that's the perfect time for you to share your opinions, because when you've calmed down, that's when you avoid ad hominem attacks or stuff like that. So I think that is the smartest time. And picking up from what Miss Jennie said, it's also important when you already know both sides. So I think that's something really important that we can all apply moving forward. So again, thank you so much, Angel, Callie, and Jennie. So say goodbye to all of our viewers. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. That was definitely an insightful afternoon. Who would have thought na meron pala talagang social media ethics that we should all follow? And as the saying goes, it's important for all of us to think before we tap or click our smart devices. So together, let us hashtag Learn Smart this school year with Giga Study 99. Get up to 7 gigabytes of data for Google for Education and Microsoft 365 plus 2 gigabytes of data for all sites and apps for 7 days. Keep updated and stay close to factual stories. Make the smart choice to be actually aware. So I guess that is all of the time that we have for today. To our guests who just left, thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you so much for joining us, and make sure to like and follow at Edukasyon.ph and at Dive Smart on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also, if you guys are interested in more interesting content and support from your smart pal, do not forget to visit www.learn-smart.edukasyon.ph. Again, this is your Ate Girl Tonie. Thank you guys so much for being with us for 2 episodes of Smart Sessions. See you guys next time.
We realize that high school, college, even a first job can seem scary. That's why we created Edukasyon.ph. to equip them with tools, connect them to schools, find scholarships, learn online, match their skills to courses and jobs out there. So their future wouldn't be as scary. Edukasyon.ph.
Studying these days ain't easy, but there's no need to worry when we get creative together.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nice.
Things may be difficult, but it's easier if we work out our bodies and brains as a team.
Ayun.
Like, 1, 2.
Whatever the challenge, we can count on each other for solutions.
Yeah.
Reaching our academic goals isn't rocket science when we collaborate.
Because when we have the right tools and each other, we have perfect recipe to learn smart.
Whoa! Woohoo! Thanks for the help, guys.
Now, online learning is made easy. With Smart Giga Study 99, get as much as 7 gigabytes of data for Google for Education, Microsoft 365, and other study apps. Plus, 2 gigabytes for all sites for 7 days.
Oh, guys, good job daw sabi ni Prof.
Dial *123# or download the GigaLife app and choose Giga Study now.
We realize that high school, college, even a first job can seem scary. That's why we created Edukasyon.ph to equip them with tools, connect them to schools, find scholarships, learn online, match their skills to courses and jobs out there. So their future wouldn't be as scary. Edukasyon.ph.